Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about SEMEN retention, the key to a high vibrational life. SEMEN retention is the key to a high vibrational life because you're finally your circuits, the circuits in your brain is finally, everything's starting to click, quote unquote. Everything's starting to click in your life. Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, things are starting to click. You're starting to become your authentic self, and you're gonna live high vibrational. If we want to be honest, you can tell the difference between people's lives if we want to play the comparison game, and has nothing to do with comparison. You can just tell from an outside perspective the difference between people's lives, Your life is brought to you by your will or your lack thereof, your will or your lack of will. And from the outside looking in on people's lives, you can see the differences between people's lives. Some people live low vibrational, meaning their thought process isn't as maybe authentic as it can be. It's not a high thought process. It's a thought process that's maybe based on survival. It's a survival mindset. And then we have high vibrational people whose mindset is flourishing, is that of flourishing. What they think about, what they speak about, what they're focusing on is more on how they can flourish, instead of how they can pretty much survive. This is the difference. The rich get richer because they put their money in things that make them more money. The poor and middle class stay in the same bracket because they put their money in things that they put their focus on their next paycheck. They live paycheck to paycheck instead of owning an asset that can create money without them physically being there. Now, obviously, this is easier said than done, but this is just people's focus. This is just the difference is people's focus, and you're going to start living higher vibration. You're going to start entertaining more higher vibrational thoughts, more thoughts about flourishing, how you can help others, how you can impact the world, your influence, how you can upgrade all things in your life instead of talking about survival or when's my next or talking about just focusing on like debt, bills and all these things. There's just a difference between how some people think and other people think, and this is the difference in their lives. This is all I'm trying to say. And if you want to live in the mindset of flourishing, you want to live in the mindset of being authentic, being more in line with your highest version, you're gonna have to start entertaining different thoughts. You're gonna have to start asking yourself different questions. This is the bottom line. Albert Einstein said you can't solve a problem with the same set of consciousness that created the problem. The reason why some people are in certain places, other people are in certain places, is because of their subconscious beliefs. The subconscious beliefs and their enthusiasm. People just are not enthusiastic that they can solve problems, and this is why they're in the same predicament time and again. And SEMEN retention is going to be the start of you changing your synopsis, changing your identity, changing what you focus on, changing what you speak about, changing the words that come out of your mouth day in and day out. This is going to start the renewing process, the renewing of your mind, the changing of your mind. And little by little, you're going to notice the differences in your life. SEMEN retention is the key to a higher vibrational life. You can notice CEOs, co-founders, managing partners, super high salaried executives have different conversations than people who may work for the company. just because they might be living in a higher vibration, or they just might be living in a more, they're probably more in sync with life. They're probably more in tune with life. They're entertaining different thoughts. They're entertaining different thoughts. They're entertaining different things in their life, and this is why their results are a little bit different than someone else. So entertain different thoughts. Entertaining different thoughts is the reason why is the difference between people who are flourishing and people who are maybe in survival mode. By entertaining different thoughts and putting their action on things that they can control and being bigger than their current reality. You have to be big. You have to know that bigger is coming regardless of what you see physically in the current reality. This is how you'll get to where you want to be. So like I said, the only way to get to a better situation is to be bigger than your current reality. You have to be bigger than your current reality. And this doesn't mean where if you have a job or something, you do your best at that job in terms of getting so someone can see your efforts and then get yourself a promotion. This isn't what I mean. I mean, you have to act bigger than your current situation. So the quote unquote, so you can mirror the type of life that you deserve to have, and then opportunities will start coming to you. You have to act. If you want to be a CEO, you have to act like your CEO, regardless if you're the bottom of the food chain. Regardless if you're at the bottom of the food chain or you're the top level executive, you have to act bigger than your current situation if you want to move forward. Like I said, this has nothing to do with you acting like you're bigger than your situation so someone can call you up to get you a promotion or something. What I'm trying to say is you act bigger. You act, if you want to be a senior manager, but you're a manager, you do all the things that a senior manager would do. You're very professional, you're on time, all these things. You're pretty much acting the role already. And then what usually tends to happen is eventually you'll see an opportunity that fits exactly where you want to be. This is the universal energies acting on the minds of men and solving problems that need to be solved. You have to realize when people say give it to the Most High, they literally mean this on a metaphysical level. If you really give your problems, all the things that you are worried about, to a third power, a higher power, and you actually have faith that these things will be solved, eventually these things will be solved. This is just how the world works. This is the laws of the quote-unquote universe. So take it for what it is. You're going to be living in a higher vibration. You're going to be a higher vibration. You're going to give light to the world. When you go on retention, if you relapse, you're going to stay a loser. You're going to stay a loser. This is just the bottom line. You're going to stay a loser because you're not going to put any action into things that you really want. You're just going to be, you want a nice relationship, but you're not willing to put the work in to actually get that. You're always going to be looking at dudes and judging dudes who have those things. You want a better job, but you're not willing to put the work in to actually get those things. It's what you want now versus what you want the most. And this is how people live their lives. It's like I said, your life is based on your will or your lack of will. With all that being said, like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.